by the way, with the Protoss, don't you just love the observer unit?
Yes, the observers are kind of really important for everything. But for now, we are now in the game, guys. We're watching ST.Aphrodite, the red Terran in the bottom, going up against Lyliom, the pink Protoss in the bottom left. And this is going to be a really, really cool game. Shakuras, Plateau. Once again, we are close air spawn, so maybe we'll have some more shenanigans with the War Prism or something. But either way, we're going to have a great game on our hands. Yeah. So now you're talking about observers before, and this is actually the best possible positions for observers because they can just go right across and try and move in and get that fast scout. When they're cross spawns, Protoss can have a really annoying time with trying to actually see everything because the main of the players are so large. Your observer moves so slowly. If your Terran opponent is really, really observant, they can actually kill your observer before you've seen everything. In which case, it's almost a misleading scout at times if you don't see the timing of the factory tech, the timing of the starport tech, or whether to go for some weird ghost play for the start, and that can be a very frustrating occurrence for some Protosses.
You can see that Lyliom is already scouting Aphrodite's base, getting attacked by the SCV again, like the last game, and I think she will leave the base again. The thing I don't get with this is it's quite of a big main that they actually have, so you can hide. Oh, see, exactly when you always see that when you talk about something like this, the players will do it, hiding their the probe inside of the base, making sure that she can scout later on what's going on at Aphrodite's base.
Yeah. We'll see if Aphrodite sends a Marine out to actually scout around. That's a very common thing for Zergs to do, and Protoss is, I guess, in some PvP scenarios you have to do that as well. But a lot of people just don't do it. It's just very, very easy to get that in there. I mean, a Marine around your base, circling, nothing will get by. For Protoss, you wait for Stalkers. Zergs, you have Zerglings, and those are just so speedy. You can check around the entire map because you really have to as Zerg.
Yeah, you really need a map control with Zerg, making sure that you use your units as efficient as you can.
So now, this time around, we see Aphrodite's actually sending out that Marine. So actually seeing the probe may actually get out. Oh wait, never mind. It won't. There's another Marine. That's going to be a sandwiched death probe.
Death probes.
Well, yeah, that. And looks like once again Aphrodite taking down the guys from the gas and getting the command center. So playing a little bit trickily, not getting a reactor or a tech lab or anything on that barracks, which is very, very interesting. I know some players actually enjoy doing a reactor and marine expansion where they basically do this, take the guys off the refinery once they remind 50, get the reactor, and use that as their one racks expand. But that's not what Aphrodite's doing. But we do have a 1-gate expand from Lyliom over there on the left. Or 2-gate expand, actually.
Mm-hmm. It's got scouted already, the expansion. That's a little bit too bad for Lyliom already, but really good from Aphrodite.
It's very, very necessary. So now, oh, that's a little mistake from Lyliom. We've got the Stalker queued up behind the sentry while we have an empty gateway.
None of them taken the Selnaga towers yet.
Yeah, which is really, really odd. I mean, the one thing that I do everything is I try and make sure that my scout probe stays alive, and then I just send it to the watchtower after I can't get the scout. Once I see that there's a refinery down, one thing I definitely do is getting down the assimilator at their gas, so I have that second gas seal. Make sure I get the scouting information, because if Lyliom did go for that, then she'd actually have enough vision to watch this Rax getting down that reactor and seeing this other barracks being thrown down, possibly seeing the command center as well. It's a pretty big deal.
This time it looks like she's going for stim instead of concussive shells first.
Yeah. So maybe we're going to have some faster aggression, like a stim timing push from Aphrodite. Possibly trying to be aggressive after that, or maybe just doing that to defend against Void Rays, if she feels Void Rays might be a strong possibility on this map. I mean, considering the
Robo's
Robo? Robo.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So if Aphrodite is fearing Void Rays, it will be completely wrong. So engineering base also going down at a good time for both DTs as well as getting out upgrades. Stim is almost done. We're probably going to see concussive shells or combat shield being started from this second tech lab on that Rex, and concussive shells does just now start.
And +1. +1 weapons.
Oh, good move. Do we have forges out for Lyliom? Looks like we do not. Just 5 gates and a robo, which is a good amount to produce off of 2 bases. Unfortunately, though, Lyliom has not been on top of her pro production, only up 34 to 32, which may just be accounted for by the fact that there's actually, you know, spaceships are pretty similar. Never mind, it's just a lack of chrono boosting and producing probes. Because normally you would be a little bit ahead of Terran in terms of the workers, instead of being completely even at 36. Because that means that Terran's got a huge advantage in economy because of the added bonus of mules. And the fact that right now Lyliom is mining from a 4th gas as well, while Aphrodite is not.
She has a scout inside of the base of Aphrodite at the moment at the expansion to look at the 2 bunkers that are built there and the Marauders and Marines, which will have stim in like a few seconds and already have the shells too.
The concussive shells.
Combat
Yeah.
shields are on the way as well.
Yep, so that's about halfway done. We can have a very nice Marine Marauder timing push once that combat shield gets done. They can easily push in, try and be aggressive. They will have to be careful about this ramp, though. This ramp is vital for defending these pushes. You need perfect force fields. You can just send 2 or 3 down there, lock in those guys, get the Zealots attacking, retreat, pull back, and be content in that manner. But we do have the robotics bay about to complete, and then we're going to watch as Colossi get made, but instead we have an Immortal being chronoed out for Lyliom as Extenthermal Lance is started as well.
Aphrodite just just scanned over her own base and killed the scouting from Lyliom. So no, Lyliom can't have any ideas anymore what she's going to do at the moment. She does have an observer waiting in front of her base.
Yeah, this is a very scared observer. I'm curious about her reasoning for having this being the position, as opposed to having it be right outside the natural of Aphrodite. It's not a position to scout for drops. It's going to give very little warning for when Aphrodite pushes out, because now if the observer was there, she'd see this force pushing out with this initial set of medevacs.
She is pushing out at the moment, going towards the first Xelnaga tower, and you can also see that there's a factory flying away from the main base into some of the corners of the map, the left upper corner.
Yeah, the factory's looking for that 3rd base from Lyliom, trying to get an idea for the timing of that. With Aphrodite controlling the watchtower, she knows it's not going to be the in-base sort of nook and cranny 3rd that's over here. And now she's going to confirm that there's no logical 3rd base at the least, not discounting the possibility for a hidden expansion. So now, looks like a stim on a single Marine to go ahead and at the very least grab this other watchtower, but it's not any probes or anything to actually get that. And just looking at the position of both players, Aphrodite is in a much better spot. +1 attack done, +1 armor about to be done. Charge is getting closer to being done, but that's going to die to the larger army of Aphrodite. Plus, Aphrodite even has more SCVs than the probes. Lyliom's trying to get out the Colossi, but there's Vikings on the way as well. It seems that Aphrodite is just 1 step ahead in terms of awareness and pretty much everything else too.
Just can see the 1 Viking waiting between the medevacs for the Colossi. That's on the other side at the moment. 2nd Colossi coming out, and also a 3rd expansion. Well, the 3rd base for Lyliom. 2nd expansion.
Yeah. And the thing is, with control of this watchtower, Lyliom is blatantly being scouted that this expansion is going up. Yeah.
Warping a few more 2 zealots and a stalker. And there's the action. There is Aphrodite moving.
Yeah, we have they're going to get a nice spread. Now we're having go tag coming in, stim hitting everything. No force shields, no guardian shields. There is the first guardian shield going down, but those zealots just evaporated. And now we're going to have almost unsupported Colossus getting rolled. They're getting targeted down. Everyone falls. This Immortal's doing some nice damage. 8 kills on that Immortal, but that's going to be dying in a second. And there we go. Now we're having Aphrodite pushing in and just eclipsing the food count from Lyliom. Cancellation on that expansion, and Aphrodite is in an incredibly solid position.
I feel that engagement would have gone a lot differently with force fields.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Aphrodite still had the numbers, but at the very least, it wouldn't be GG so decisively.
Vikings going down inside of the main base of Lyliom, killing off the first pylons, and the rest of Marines and Marauders going down on her expansion and getting it down now.
Yep.
I'm afraid for Lyliom this will be the end of this game too.
Yeah, this is really looking bad, and then we're seeing this expansion. Everything's dying. I don't know why I'm talking about expansions, because that was just the robotics bay. But I mean, the natural's down, the third is down. We're gonna have the forge being taken down too. This is GG. No way around it. 25 food, 155. And this is gonna be a pretty decisive end for Lyliom. Though it is a double elimination tournament for this Iron Lady Cup, guys. Facebook.com/ESL Iron Lady, IronLadySE2.com, and Twitter at Iron Lady ESL, as we plug because Lyliom is not GG. Yeah,
You can see that.
What?
I want to say you can see that Lyliom did have a good pylon spread around her base, making sure that she didn't get like secret stuff moving in from the sides. But I'm afraid that this is like her last two last buildings left. The two extractors.
Yeah, I think Lyliom means to ask where is the third. But this is going to be elimination basically once this simulator goes down. There it is, elimination.
So I guess the next match will be Aphrodite versus PMS Aurora.